of us,
We
four
live.
kids, and the two adults. So imagine how much stuff there was in there, bro.
Yeah. Oh
Like
yeah. That's
boxes
it's
upon
two.
boxes upon
You gotta think.
boxes.
You
I
gotta
was
think
like,
about it. It's like for every
wow.
one person, it's one. Like, look, if you got 4 people living in an apartment, pretty much for every one person, it's one apartment.
Yeah.
So, cause you like, or let's say if it's like y'all sharing 2 apartments, 2 beds, 2 of everything, TV, dresser drawer, clothes,
Clothes.
all that shit. Yeah, like see with me, it's just one person. Like when we had moved my last time, it was one person. So you see, it took us like what, not even an hour and a half to get that shit up out of the apartment and take it to the other shit. You know what I'm saying? So we did good like most of the time. But if you got like 4 or 5 people, that's like 3 4 hours, man.
Yeah, it
And
can
then
be.
to
And
get
motherfuckers moving
everything,
slow.
Yeah.
We got to take it for one apartment, take it upstairs. We got to maneuver, niggas sweat and shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, if any of you brothers ever need time, you need to move. That's what we all here for. We
Absolutely.
all work together. We get that shit done. And men don't play around, man. Women be on that bullshit. We get it done, man. Hey, brother. You know what I'm saying? They throw this shit in the trash, bro. Yeah. Let's send it in the back.
or they
The
hire a
more hands, the
fucking.
better.
Revelation 19 and 10.
So,
We're going to go in on Obadiah.
Yeah, moving companies be hell of expensive.
Hell yeah,
bro.
man. They be charging you out the ass, bro. Like when I was in the army, they used to charge you for the boxes. No, they ain't charge you for the boxes. It was free. But they would charge the movement, the army for the boxes and shit. That's why, when they come in your crib, bro, they come in, you ain't even got to have your shit packed, bro. Your shit can look like it did yesterday. Before, like, anybody moved in and shit.
And then they would.
Man, they come up in that motherfucker, bro, with the paper, paper and the boxes, and zip, 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 zip. You can sit out the way. Don't even get in the way, man. So it behooves you to have your personal effects like in order and shit.
yeah.
It can make it easier for you. Because what they do is they pack all that shit up in these big ass, long, big boxes. All the boxes shifted in. Even if you got a motorcycle, bro, they'll put that motherfucker in there like that. Because a motorcycle is considered household goods.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, motorcycle considered household goods and shit. So
Yeah, every time I move, it's just been leave myself for now.
that's the easiest way.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
That's the easiest way to get it done. You know, I don't like all that outside shit all day and shit. You know what I mean?
Couple of bins, a few bins, toiletries.
But then you notice how much shit that you have in your crib that you don't need.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He'd be like, man, what the fuck I need this for?
I had all this shit in my crib.
It was sitting right there. That's why I just put it in the case so people walk by. Oh, we both got a took my shit off. My bad.
No, that's fine. Yeah, you see the shit on. So nice to us.
It's coming. Hurry up.
Hey, all right, we'll start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. We say double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching us his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to our fellow Akim across the 4 corners of the globe, preaching and prophesying in the name of Yahweh Hashem. It's hot as shit. Let's take it over there, man. To the sun go down.
Well, just a little bit, man.
You want to move it up? Oh, okay.
Got me the last time, man.
Perfect.
Yeah, we out here. We out here another week prophesying. We're down for move the camera in just a little bit. Oh, yeah, cool. We're right about here with the tire. It's cool, but it's a little close. man, we out here rocking, man. It's been a long week, bro.
Right,
It's
right.
been hard as shit. A long, hard fucking week. It's
Yep.
one of them weeks, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I've been
I
having too many
totally
easy
agree.
weeks, man. I guess this was coming. This was a long time
I've
coming.
been falling over stuff in my crib,
Yeah, man.
tripping over the rug.
Say it, man. Yeah, it's a battle, man. It's a spiritual battle. It's definitely a spiritual battle, but hey, we fit to fight it.
Yep, that's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? We
That's
fit
right.
to fight it, because if we wasn't, we wouldn't have this truth, man.
That's
And
right.
this truth is about prophesying, prophecy. We prophesy the truth of the downfall of this wicked kingdom, the kingdom of Edom. All right, America being Babylon the Great, known as in the Bible Babylon the Great, spiritually Sodom and Egypt, Assyria. You know, because what America is a composite kingdom. It brings together all the different kingdoms that we had to fight against. Hey, hit the button back there, brother. Get the kingdom sign with the the statue. Sorry, right here.
I'll bring up quick precept down in the meantime. This is Revelation 19 and verse 10. It says, "And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy." And that's the spirit we're coming in. You know, we're coming in the spirit of prophecy, which is the spirit of our Lord and Savior Yahushua, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know, and what does that prophecy entail? It entails the destruction of this last kingdom of the heathens, which is the kingdom of Esau Edom.
Yeah, so like this right here is a symbol of the great kingdom. Matter of fact, since he already brought out Revelation 19 and 10, can you type in Google Nebuchadnezzar's dream? Nebuchadnezzar's dream. KJV.
Nebuchadnezzar's dream, KJV.
Right. So
According to Wikipedia.
Nebuchadnezzar had a dream about these four great kingdoms, right? Was it 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, it was four great kingdoms. And you read about that also too in Daniel. The book of Daniel was in chapter 2.
That's what it says here.
Yeah, it's got one in Daniel chapter 2. Yeah, I think that's it. Daniel chapter 2, where he had a dream.
The kings forgot the dream.
Yeah. So we're going to start from the top.
Okay.
Because Daniel did, right? Daniel 2 and 1. Right? Because this whole chapter speaks about four great kingdoms. And we're living in the fourth kingdom, in the second half of the fourth kingdom. Because what Daniel didn't know, Daniel didn't understand these kingdoms. You know, he got the vision, he wrote it down. He had to come back later. Through the spirit, he obviously he understands it now. So we're in that, the whose womb was healed. Type that in, whose womb was healed. So these kingdoms were great at their particular height. So what America did, or the second leg of Rome was, it incorporated all the things that these other kingdoms did individually. And really what these kingdoms did individually was idolatry. You know, they all had their different forms. They took different forms of idolatry. In fact, all these kingdoms took a page out of Babylon, of the Assyrian Babylon Empire, right? Which that was, even though it was a great empire, when you think about it, it didn't last as long as some of these other empires, but it was greater in its magnificence, right? But it still was idolatry. It still was wickedness, right? And that's what America is. America is all about idolatry and wickedness. And so this place is going to go the same way the other kingdoms went, including the former pagan Roman Empire. It was destroyed. You know, it got broken up. It wasn't as strong. It wasn't prominent. It wasn't as splendid. Even when Jake got it, it wasn't as splendid. It was fractured. But they were still doing pagan. And the Lord destroyed these kingdoms. And he's going to destroy this kingdom, which is America. Before you get what you get, what you got?
Revelation 13 and 15.
Read it. Just read it.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse, I'll read verse 2. It says, "And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death.
And that's the Roman Empire. That it was wounded. Like it was like you thought that it was after it fell, it was done. But it was gonna be healed. Right?
And his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast.
Right, and that's what you got today. All the world, what is that word of the blue letter? All the world, these different nations, they're wondering after the beast system. And we're gonna get that word for wondered at. Then get world. She got some type of postal disorder. She got a banging on. She knock on the windows. Like, check the status of the windows. That's all right. Let's get the word world.
Yeah, this is saying the wonder.
Oh yeah, it skips these words. Yeah. What's that word for world there?
Oh, the word for world, it's
Gaia.
Gaia.
Yeah, it's like the
Strong's G 1093. Gay.
or gay.
Gay.
Gaia, gay. It says arable land, the ground, the earth as a standing place. So all the world of the earth is not talking about the world of Israel. It's talking about the world of the heathen. They wondered after her. Look up the Greek. The definition for to wonder. Go back to the precept, brother, and read it. Hold on. Read what you got again.
This is Revelation 13 and verse 3. It says, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast.
All the world wandered. So wander after something. It ain't gonna. Did it have definition there for wander? What it
It
says?
says it's a Greek word. It's a Greek word to wander.
Always play the thing if you don't know what the word is saying.
Strong's G 2296.
We'll sound it out.
Thalmazo.
Thalmazo.
Says,
To be in admiration of. It says to be or had an admiration. And why does the whole world admire America? Remember, everybody want to come here. You got a migration crisis going on around the world, but everywhere people want to really get to is America.
that's right.
If you can get to America, you're in like Flint. America is a place that people come to live out the American dream, making money, owning businesses, setting up some type of company or business here so they can do business at home on a low level. A lot of them Jakes from West Africa, they do that shit. They know the market that they're catering to, so they'll come to America and they'll mark up the items that they're selling, the wares they're selling, and it sounds good. Oh, I have business in America. You could just have a fucking Airbnb. I have business in America, so you can just be flying back and forth from Africa because they got the hookups, and then they don't just speak French or English. They motherfuckers speaking Chinese, so they go to China, get the distributor popping, and then they come to America. So again, and everybody wants to come here. And this world is a world of freedom, so-called freedom. You got freedom of everything. Freedom of speech, religion, sex, gun, drugs. Hey, this is it.
That's right. And wickedness.
And wicked. Oh man, you can't forget that. The greatest export of America is wickedness, man. That's the greatest export. And who is behind America? The so-called white man. Esau, Edom. Who benefits the most out of every nation on this planet here living and being here in America? The so-called white man.
Right.
And that benefit extends further beyond America. We look at people traveling. Whenever you look at travel adverts, who are they always pandering to? The so-called white man. Yeah, you're gonna see niggas there. You're gonna see other nations there, but they pander to the so-called white man. They look for him because he's the one with the key. He's the one with the money. These women, they want to marry. If they want to marry anybody in the world, They want to marry a so-called American white man or European white man, mainly an American white man. Why? Because he gets the greater blessings here. This is his will. So again, America is nothing more than a composite kingdom of all these former kingdoms. All right, Babylon, the Assyrian Babylonian Empire. That's what this is. It's not the Babylonian Empire from Nimrod's time, right? Then you had the Medo-Persian Empire. That was a joint empire with the Japhetic king with the Persian kings at a time. In the Persian Empire, the Persians got the greater portion of that empire. You know that was the what they call it, a griffin. It was the lion with the wings. Yeah, you know the head of a man. Then which they're two great kings. With the three great kings, you had Cyrus the Great, and then you had Darius the Mede. And Daniel, he lived on that time. So let's go. We're gonna read through Daniel chapter 2. Start at 1.
And in Daniel 2, it tells you how, you know, the iron, the different metals represents the harshness of each kingdom.
Oh, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it.
So, yeah, we
get to it,
we living in the hardest one.
Hey, that's
the one that has the hardest oppression.
And it's the cheapest one out of all of them shits, man. Because gold represents splendor,
Yeah.
right? Wealth. They don't talk about the Assyrian Babylonian kingdom too much. But that place was way better than this shit. It was way, like, you think it was wicked? In fact, it was bigger. Because during that time, they said that during the time of the Assyrian Babylonian, we had states. Now they were called provinces back then. They had like over 127 of them motherfuckers, bro. America only got 50. And look all the shit that it's doing over here. You know what I'm saying? America had 50. Then you had the silver, which represented the Medo-Persian Empire. It was good, but it wasn't as good as the previous one had taken over. And in fact, this kingdom swallowed up this kingdom. It swallowed up its provinces. It took control, and they didn't have to do it via war. It was a surgical strike. It was overnight. This man, the Babylonian Empire fell through Nebuchadnezzar's grandson. I think it was his grandson. He was just weak. There's a saying, hard times make weak men or something like that.
Hard times make strong men.
Mm-hmm.
Strong men make good times, and good times make weak men.
Yeah. So his grandson was a weak man compared to him, right? And then the Lord humbled this bitch ass nigga Nebuchadnezzar too. He judged him for fucking up his people because he used Nebuchadnezzar to judge his people, the tribe of Judah. And before that, because you had two Assyrian empires. You had the Assyrian Empire, which was ran by men like Ashurbanipal, what's the other nigga name? Shalmaneser the Fifth, and all the other Shalmanesers. And they put the hell on the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Native Americans, so-called Caribbean island Indians, Central and South American Indians. That's why they got over to the Americas. They had to leave that shit. It was harsh, bro. What they was doing to Jake was harsh. The Lord, he cast the Northern Kingdom out of his sight. And not every Northern Kingdom Jake went to the Americas either. A lot of them stayed where they was at. And a lot of Jake stayed amongst Judah. Right? So then they swallowed them up. And they took everything that they had. Then the Greek Empire came. This is the first time that Esau Edom would rule the known world via Alexander the Greek. You call him Alexander the Greek, right? He took all of this shit. He took all of this, and he took wherever lands that was around that area. And it was hard for him to control these areas in such a small amount of time. He was only 32 when he dropped dead. I think he came into power when he was it was like 12 years. He only reigned for 12 years. He was 32 when he dropped dead. So he was like, 22, 21, 20 years old when he came into power. After his dad died, he was young. But he was on fire. And the Lord had that man's spirit built for war, man. You know? So then they lost. They fell. Then the Roman Empire, which was another portion of the Edomites, this is their apex. Really, this is their beginning, but this is their apex. The Roman Empire, because their military might was unmatched. Nobody was fucking with them, man. Nobody's fucking with them, and they came into power. They defeated certain men of Alexander's that he had. Some of them they just fell because Alexander's kingdom fell because of infighting. Don't forward generals, Lysimachus, Cassandra, Ptolemy, Seleucid. All they did was fight each other, man. You had Antigonus in there too, but he was of no repute compared to those other 4 generals. And they were warring with each other. That's the, you had fucking Seleucid he wanted a bigger kingdom. When you look at the Seleucid Empire, it was way bigger than the Egyptian, but he wanted that. He had to have it. So them motherfuckers was fighting each other back to back. Then you had the Romans came in here, they crept in, and they got it. And they took it. And all they did was they added all the idols that these people had, including the ancient Egyptian idols, and that's what they worshiped, man. And around this time, you had our Lord and Savior come on the scene, right? Because Jake was kept in hell. Jake was still reeling from something called Hellenism. Hellenism was strong, even during the time of the Romanization of the world. Motherfuckers still speaking Greek. What did the sign have on Yahushai's over Yahushai's cross, man? It was written in 3 languages. You brothers know what 3 languages it was written in?
Italian.
Nope.
No. Greek, the Hebrew, and Latin.
In Latin. Because that's what the Romans spoke. The Romans spoke Latin. And the vast majority of the known world was still speaking Greek, right? Especially amongst the Israelites of the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. A lot of them still spoke Greek. You had Greeks, you had Greek-speaking Jews. So you had Jews that followed the customs of their forefathers, but they spoke Greek. You had Israelites or Greeks, Israelites, Jews that were living in these other lands that were following their customs of their forefathers, but they spoke Greek. Then you had the Israelites that said, fuck that, man, I'm a Greek. Like Timothy's father. I am a Greek, and I don't play that shit. That's from School Days. You watch School Days, you know that. My age. And when they fell, when Jake took over, this line right here. Let's little line right here. Let's look at this little line right here as a 1,000-year period. A lot of shit was happening then too. Jake was ruling, getting it. But they were following after these customs. Yeah. You had Jake that knew they were Jews. You had Jakes that believed in the Messiah. At first we were called Christians at Antioch. This little line, these lines, brother, don't just look at these lines. Obviously, when this picture was created, they weren't thinking about the lines. But I'm just looking, this 1,000-year period, right? This is a 1,000-year period right here. When this motherfucker came back in power. It was something called the Renaissance. The rebirth, Renaissance. Re meaning back, sans meaning birth, or Nisans meaning birth. It was a rebirth of what? Of the Roman Empire. Because this is their pride and joy right here, man. And we're living in that. The iron, the clay. So let's go ahead and start at Daniel 2 and 1.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 1. And in the 2nd year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar,
which his name was pronounced Nebuchadnezzar. But it's cool. You can write it the way it is.
Okay.
But his name was pronounced Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar was Nebuchadnezzar, whatever the fuck. He was a heathen, and his bitch ass going to hardcore slavery when we come back, man. Cyrus too. He might have been cool. Guess what? His bitch ass, he was strong-minded. Yahushua and Michael the Archangel had to contend with this nigga head. You know what I'm saying? Because he was strong back then mentally. But they got him. Good,
and in the 2nd year of Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams.
Yeah, he had a whole bunch of dreams, right? Yeah, and when you read the book of Daniel, was that chapter 2? When you read the first chapter, it talks about how he took over Judah. Matter of fact, let's go to that real quick. Hold there. See, when you think you're gonna go one way, the spirit starts flowing. But it's all about understanding, man. Here a little, there a little, line upon line. Go ahead, brother.
This is Daniel chapter 1 and verse 1. It says, in the 3rd year of the reign of Joachim, king of Judah, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem and besieged it.
Why did he besiege Jerusalem? Because Jake was going off. They went off just like their sister Israel did. Yahweh was going off like YASHAWAII did.
That was what Jeremiah was prophesying?
Yeah, Jeremiah prophesied all about
The
this
destruction of-
destruction. Daniel came after Jeremiah. And them niggas didn't want to listen. Niggas did not want to listen to Jeremiah. One, because he was young. Like this brother always brings out the precept about how he was ordained to be a prophet in the belly, which we were too. Right? He was a kid. He was complaining about the fact that he was young. And basically nobody's going to listen to him. And the Lord said, don't tell me you a child. I ordained you to be a prophet. Go ahead.
It says, and the Lord gave Joachim, king of Judah, into his hand with part of the vessels of the house of the Most High, which he carried into the land of Shinar.
Yeah, so he took certain items from the temple, the first temple. Go ahead.
To the land.
He took them items from the first and the second temple went built to after it came out of
Babylon.
out of the Persian Medial Empire.
Oh, okay.
So we went through this right here. The second temple got built after this, after he died. But go ahead.
It says, and the Lord gave Joachim, king of Judah, into his hands with part of the vessels of the house of the Most High, which he carried into the land of Shinar, to the house of his God. And he brought the vessels.
Because they did these things, whenever they would take over Jake, they would do it in the name of their God. Just like when we took over these lands and defeated these heathens, we did it in the name of our power. Their gods were idols. Ours is a living power. Go ahead. It's like it. Because when you read, brothers, I suggest you brothers read the whole entire book of Daniel. I really do, because it's a good book. And then you can also go to the Apocrypha and you get the additional books of Daniel. What was that? What was it called? It was Bel and the Dragon. That's an addition to Daniel. Bel and the Dragon, when he confounded that fucking idol. You know what I said? Yeah, he put that sand on the floor. Yeah. That's it, yeah. He's like, yo, it's like this motherfucker got him start walking around. It's like, no, those are little, like, no, those are men and women and children's feet prints, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, that motherfucking Bell wasn't eating shit. It was some fucking people, man. They had a trap door. The motherfuckers would come up. It's just like these Christian churches today. They're that trap door. They'll Bell and the Dragon. Here it is. You think you're giving money to the Most High, talking about you tithing, because that's the only law these Christian churches follow, is the so-called law of tithing, because that enriches them. And they think that, oh, you're going to get a blessing. You ain't getting no fucking blessing. That motherfucker taking that money, he going through the back at nighttime with shit in the back. After the sermon is over, they back there counting the money up, you know, and he making sure that the motherfuckers in the back ain't stealing shit either. They want an accurate count of the money. And where does the money go to? It's always going through the church fund, the building fund.
I seen some video in Colombia, bro. The fucking pastor, I think he was a Catholic church. The motherfucker, they caught him in the back on video sniffing coke and shit.
Yeah,
I was
they
like,
did.
yo, these motherfuckers, bro.
But he a man
That
of the
shit is
Lord.
not
That nigga-
cheap out there.
Yeah, that nigga.
Anyway.
That nigga had coke expensive. The powder gun?
Yeah.
Nah, bro, that shit expensive. And he up there getting high. He comes. He's talking about Jesus, and this nigga high as a fucking kite. And you wonder why he's sweating so much profusely. He's all over the place. Can't sit still. Cause he hot. I saw another video of this Colombian. I think he might have been Colombian, Dominican. He looked Colombian. Priest. The motherfucker was, man, he was rocking this bitch, man. He was dancing with the bitch, but it looked like it was fucking.
Oh, I saw that.
You see that shit,
Yeah, I
yo?
saw that.
That shit was crazy. He was getting into it.
Yeah.
Even the dude that was playing the fucking guitar, I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is a man of God? He be fucking on a regular.
Oh, hell yeah.
He probably fucked her. He was getting it, but he wasn't.
Oh,
You know he was a
that's
Jake.
like bachata
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know he was a Jake too, man. That was a nigga. That was a nigga for you right there. You know?
He was on it.
Yeah, he was. He was all over that. Man. I was like, God, he was doing better than I could do with that
Yup.
bitch, man. I couldn't rock that bitch like that. Yeah, I'm like, no, I ain't got that. He did.
Yep.
Who's reading?
Maybe, all right.
Go ahead, brother.
It says, and he brought the vessels into the treasure house of his power.
Man, that shit is a fucking joke. Again, the Christian church is a fucking joke. And they're the modern Bel Bel and the Dragon. When you bring that, your offerings up to this idol, which you call Jesus Christ, because that's not the name of our Lord and Savior. His name is Yahushua, and he's a so-called black man, right? He's not a so-called white man.
That's right.
You come bringing them fucking them idols, them little blessings, them little offerings, which is your money, and them motherfuckers in the back dumbing their families, just like they was in Bel and the Dragon. The pastor and his family, they take that money and they enrich themselves, man. They pay their car notes. You see the pastor roll up in a Royce. He ain't paying for that shit. That shit's in the church name.
That's right.
And he getting all kinds of tax cuts for it. He got fucking drip. All his clothes is fucking. He got these young pastors today. They're dressing like niggas, like these little young kids, enticing the people to come because that's what Jake like. Jake like the splendor. Jake like the flash, and that's what entices them to come. And then they'll bring in money and they fucking on the kids. You hear these stories about pastors. This one pastor, he gave his parishioners fucking herpes. And then I think he blamed it on his wife. You know what I'm saying? He fucking these bitches raw and he giving them herpes and babies. You had something?
I was looking up the definition for 501c because that's how these churches attain their tax. That's how they get the tax-free money. That's how they get to keep all the money. That's how they buy their cars. That's how they enrich themselves.
Yeah,
That's a contract with ESO, pretty much.
It
You know?
is.
So
not to tell the truth.
That's right.
yeah,
It's
so
a
you
binding
know.
agreement.
That's
And it's not just for churches. It's for so-called these non-profit organizations.
I got it.
Go ahead.
This is the definition of 501c. A 501c organization is a nonprofit organization in the federal law of the United States according to Internal Revenue Code and is one of over 29 types of nonprofit organizations exempt, that's the key word, exempt from some federal income taxes.
Yeah, so, which is the main ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's why Nate got their 501 charter.
Mm-hmm.
What's that nigga? That deacon, the line of doing here nigga, what's his name? I forget his name. Deacon somebody, ASAP. He the one that said that in order to do business in Esau's world, we got to use his paperwork. So we using his paperwork. We ain't got no 501c charter. Our leaders, our church, we don't have that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that shit will stop you from speaking the truth.
That's
Particularly
right.
one thing is the name.
And that's why, Salaka, brother. That's why Yahushua, when he spoke about taxes, he said, "Or give unto Caesar what is Caesar's," right?
Mm-hmm.
If you got to pay the taxes from the tithes, son, let it be then,
Yeah.
right? But that shouldn't stop you from preaching the truth, man.
Right.
You got to give Esau what is his and the Most High what is his, which is what this work, man, in truth and in sincerity, man.
Because that's the only way that you could. That's the only way you can serve the Lord.
That's right.
Is the truth and sincerity.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that dude pretty much said, "Oh well, we living in Esau's world, so we're gonna run the narrative how he wants it to go." Because that's what it is. The 501c3 is
That's right.
it's a what? Oh, we'll let you have a church, but you can't say these things, and then we'll let you keep some extra money.
That's right.
You can't talk about certain topics.
Yeah.
You can't go in on certain things. And you got to agree with Esau. Because IUIC ain't the only one with a 501c charter.
It's a 501c.
Motherfucking ISPK got one, GLCC got one. And when they put you in there, they categorize you with shit. At one time, the IUIC was categorized as an Islamic church. Isn't that something? They were under the Islamic people. They weren't even under Christianity. They just put them under something. Let's just throw it under something. Because we're not Christians, we're not Muslims, we just something in the middle. And they don't have a category for Hebrew Israelite. So they categorize as an Islamic organization.
Well,
And that's why they always talking about Christ this and Christ that. The Most High, and Christ bless. That ain't the name of the Lord or his son, who's also our Lord.
that's right.
The Most High is just a title. His name is Yahweh. But they ain't gonna push that. And if they do push it, they push it softly amongst their members in their congregation inside. We out here boldly proclaiming the name of the Lord. That's why the scripture spoke about those who stood so stiffly for the name of the Most High and the Son.
That's right.
The Lord and the Son. And that's what we're doing. Go ahead let's get back to the game.
This is Daniel 1:3. It says, and the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel and the kings and of the king's seed and of the princes or sons whom or sons in whom was no blemish, but well favored and skillful and in all wisdom and cunning in knowledge and understanding science, and such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach, and whom they might teach and learning and the tongues of the Chaldeans.
Right. So here it is. When Nebuchadnezzar took the Israelites from the tribe of Judah, because not every Judite went to Babylon. They left the sick, they left the old, and the maimed. They wanted the best of our people, and this is the same thing they do in this society. Esau, he wants the so-called best of our people, right? He wants the most influential. He wants the most thinking. He wants those that's skilled. Hey, that's why a lot of these jakes that are geniuses at young ages, they snatch them right up, right? So they can use them for future purposes, man. Whether that be political, whether that be through education, whether that be through entertainment. Like LeBron James' son. They call that nigga the Prince of LA right now, right? Which he's not the Prince of LA, but that's what they call him. Why do they call him that? Because his father's considered the king of Los Angeles, the Los Angeles Lakers. Well, his name is LeBron James the King. What they call that nigga? King James.
That's right.
Right? So they call that nigga LeBron James' son, Ronnie, a fucking prince, right? Why? Because his father is very skilled and ball. So you think they're gonna look for LeBron James' cousin? No. You ain't gonna look for his nephew? No. They got his son. And that's the same way even with Jay-Z. His daughter is considered a princess. Well, she ain't really got the talent that her mother and father got, but she's considered a princess amongst the music industry. Blue Ivy is what they call it. Motherfuckers worship that bitch, yo. That little bitch, man. Just like they worship the mother and the father. So when Esau, but again, who did Esau choose? He chose the best of the best. That's why they had these different camps. The NFL pre-camp, the NBA camps, they got a lot of camps. Now Esau Edom, he'll pay, a couple $100,000 for each head for his sons and daughters, mainly his sons, to go watch Michael Jordan run up and down the court in a private session and grab a free pair of J's and shit, right? He'll do that, but they do that shit just so they can just look at the nigga. But Jordan also got other camps where they call it the McDonald's got a camp, McDonald's basketball camp, and that's what they're doing is they're siphoning the basketball prodigies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the NBA don't take just anybody. They want the best. So you might think this nigga's a bum. We cuss this nigga out because he missed a three, but he's really the best. That dude right there could take a fucking goop team like the nigga Stephon Marbury. His skills started to wane in the NBA. Nigga went to the fucking Chinese league, man, and he's like Michael Jordan over there. He is.
They got a special on Netflix. He won like 3 or 4 titles.
Yeah, he's big over there, yo.
In the NBA, he was
trash.
Yeah.
He was garbage.
Yeah.
He started to become garbage.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't playing at the highest level.
That's right.
So when Esau went Jake, he went the highest level. That's why, real quick, not many noble. You know what I'm saying? The Lord don't choose not many nobles in this society. He chooses his men. And normally his men always come lowly, meek, poor, downtrodden. The ones that you don't expect. Because none of us are, and we all got skills. This brother could have been an expert carpenter. You know what I'm saying? This brother could have been an expert manager of people, especially when it comes to security measures and guards and shit.
And I was also, well, you brothers don't know this because this was way back in the day. This dude I used to play basketball with, when I was younger, and he swears I could have made the NBA. Now I didn't think of myself that way, but he was like, man, you should have went to the NBA, and I'm like, what is this nigga doing? But he said, man, when we used to play younger, you had game.
Yeah, Jake had the skills.
Yep, but
but Jake ain't got the height though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, back
you gotta
then,
have that fucking height.
Well, in fact, you didn't need height.
Yeah, that nigga Spud Webb. That
That's
nigga
right.
Spud Webb was a
That's right.
beast.
That's a
What's
beast.
the other nigga, Muggsy Bogues, man?
That's right.
But they ain't let even Isaiah Thomas. Not Isaiah, the old one. He was short too, but he was like 6 something.
Even the
But
other one.
I'm talking about the newer one, the new IT.
Yeah.
He was good, but
He
his
was good.
height.
Yep.
He was like he's still mad that they kicked him out.
His skills
But
declined too.
his skills declined somewhat, but he was still good. He's still nice.
Oh yeah.
But
oh yeah.
that height, man, they
Yeah.
want a specific height. The NBA used to have people that was 5 foot back in the day.
Oh yeah.
You know, everybody wasn't a fucking tree.
No.
You know, those trees was few and far in between. That's why people like Wilt the Still. What's that nigga Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Kareem.
What's his name? I forget his original name and shit. He changed it to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
But it was people like them. They were anomalies, man. You had the man George Gervin. It wasn't a whole bunch of them tall nigga, lanky
That's right.
niggas.
If
A
you
lot
could
of them
play, you
came.
could play.
Yeah, if you could play, you could play. And they just wanted you on the team. What's the other nigga name that won all them championships with the Celtics? Bill Russell.
Bob Cousy.
Bob Coop. Well, I think he was like, he's a Jake, but he was a black dude, wasn't he?
He was.
A
He,
white
well,
dude.
he looked like a white
He
dude.
like a white
but I
dude.
think he was
He's
a
a
Jake.
He could have been. But they was tall though. These dudes, but they were known. Those guys were few and far in between.
Yeah.
But then the NBA said, no, we need more tall dudes like that.
Yeah.
So what do? They pick the tallest, most athletic. You got to have everything, bro.
Yeah.
You got to have God-given talent. You got to have God-given height.
Well
You gotta-
rounded.
You got to be well-rounded. You got to be well-rounded in that kind for that physique in that sport.
Yeah.
Just because you tall don't mean you're gonna make it like that nigga Taco. This Jake, he's like 7 feet tall. The last name is Taco and shit. They call him Taco, but everybody call him Taco.
Wow.
He's out of the league, man. He was a phenomenon when he first came in, but then he just sucked because all he really had was the height. He didn't really have a game.
Manute Bol.
I'm about to say that fucking Philistine, Manute Bol. He had the height, but he ain't had a game.
He had a game.
And then that kind of game, it tear your body up. So his knees got fucked up
Yes.
in the beginning. It's like he was in the league for a while, but it was just that height that he had on
He
him.
was awkward as hell.
His son played ball too, though.
Yeah.
He played for Orlando. But let's go back to where we was at. Go back to what you got.
1 Corinthians 1:26. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called.
Right. Yeah, that's why. Keep reading.
It says, but the Most High hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
What is it in the NLT?
In NLT, instead, the Most High chose things the world considers foolish in order to shame those who think they are wise.
Right. So here it is. Nebuchadnezzar, he was choosing men after the flesh. He wasn't really choosing men after the spirit, which Daniel was a man after the spirit, but the Lord made him that way. And his brothers, Shadrach, Meshach,
That's
and
right.
Abednego. I forget their original names. I know one was called, I think his name was something, one was called Azariah or something like that. Point of the matter is, these kings of the world, of the flesh, they choose things of the flesh. They wanted the best thing, like that nigga Neil deGrasse Tyson would be considered like a man that was good at science. You know what I'm saying? So let's get him. His thinking is way higher. Nebuchadnezzar wasn't grabbing no broke, lowly minded nigga. He wanted the best for his court, and everybody else just went into slavery. They went in the harsh captivity. But the Most High chooses the lowly things, man, to confound the things that are wise in this world, which would be us. We wouldn't be considered wise men in this world. Not that we're stupid or that we're not intellectually fit or that we're not physically fit. Shit. Brothers are way on a way higher level when it comes to this carnal shit in the world than niggas I knew in the world, man, that do this shit for a profession. But it's because our spirits are different. We're on a higher level. We're the prophets, man.
Yeah.
And Daniel was a prophet. Let's go back to what you said.
It says, back in Daniel 1:5, it says, and the king appointed them to a daily provision of the king's meat and of the wine which he
That was
drank.
it. That was it.
Oh, okay.
Let's go back to Daniel chapter 2. I just wanted to illustrate how King Nebuchadnezzar, he took the best of our people. That's what he wanted first. Let me get those. Like, he wanted the king's sons. He wanted all the princes. He wanted all of those men that were good at different things, man. Wise, that were intellectually wise, that were
Science.
huh?
Good at science.
good at science. You know, those kind of things, man.
Yeah. In Daniel 2 and verse 1, it says, and in the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams wherewith his spirit was troubled and his sleep brake from him. Then the king
The
commanded.
Lord was sending that nigga visions, man. Go ahead.
Then the king commanded to call the magicians and the astrologers and the sorcerers and the Chaldeans for to show the king his dream. So they came and stood before the king.
Right. So those remember, he was taking over shit. So he would take he thought we was magicians too, but we wasn't no fucking magicians, man. You know, but he put Daniel amongst them, right? He put those astrologers, those stargazers. Remember, for chapter 1, he took the best of our people that did those things, man. But our people, they were doing those things in righteousness, not in wickedness, right? So he called all these magicians to break this dream down, because this is the one that was most troubling them to him. He kept seeing this statue. They're like, what the fuck is this, man? You got a gold head, he got a silver upper body, he got a brass midsection, and lower parts of iron, man. You know? I mean, his feet are iron and clay. Well, what's this, man? You know? Mind you, that these magicians weren't inside his head. They couldn't see that dream. That dream could be told through a man of the Lord, through the Spirit. But these magicians, a lot of them, they were fake, man. Just like these magicians you see today, man. They were working on the left-hand side. They really couldn't, they ain't had no power on the right-hand side to understand those things that were most pressing, man. Right?
And then, you know, and maybe they, yeah, like you're going into, you know, maybe they had power if the message was, you know, a message from the left-hand side to do wickedness or something like that. But that dream was a vision, a righteous vision that the Lord was, you know, giving Nebuchadnezzar, man. For what? For Israel to have it.
Yeah, and
you know?
for the prophets of the future.
That's right.
Like Apostles are always said that the prophets are, they didn't really understand what they was talking about back then. They understood it now that they came back. But back then it was like, he could break it down through the Spirit, but he didn't really understand it. Because he didn't understand these different kingdoms. And Nebuchadnezzar was so proud, he's like, oh, I'm at the top, so fuck all that other shit. I'm the head. You know, he was hyped. Go ahead.
It says, and the king said unto them, I have dreamed a dream, and my spirit was troubled to know the dream. Then spake the Chaldeans to the king in Sirach, O king, live forever.
Yeah,
So-
they come. The first thing they do is start dicking you. You know, start catering to his ego.
Kissing ass.
Yeah, kissing his ass, because brown nose, because that's what it was back in the day. As long as they kissed his ass, he was happy with that shit, man. They was feeding his ego. But now he had a real problem. He had a real issue. He's like, man, you motherfuckers, I let you slide with the bullshit before. You better tell me what the fuck this dream is about, or I'm gonna put you to death, man.
Well, that's right.
Go ahead.
It says, O king, live forever. Tell thy servants the dream, and we will show the interpretation. The king answered and said to the Chaldeans, the thing is gone from me. If ye will not make known unto me the dream with the interpretation thereof, ye shall be cut in pieces.
Yeah, so it's like, remember I told you these niggas was lying. These niggas, hey, this is the same thing they do today. They get the worst of these niggas and they go to these presidents. That's why when these presidents get sworn in office, they get two spiritual people, well, really three, to come to them. They get the black church, which you call the black caucus. They get the white caucus, right? And the white church, the evangelicals. And then they get them Jays. The Jays come in with the paperwork, with the money. They sign this shit right here. And them motherfuckers do. Some of them, they look like Orthodox people. Some of them just got the suits on, the secular motherfuckers. And those are the first ones that come in. Normally they get pictures, but they don't really get a lot of pictures. That shit's closed door. All the other shit don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? So they send that flip. You ever notice? I'm telling you, you can type in pictures. The black caucus praying for Trump over this nigga. They all hovered over this nigga like this and shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers praying on it like this and shit.
Had their hands on.
Yeah. Those are the astrologers. Yeah. That's why the Lord told Esau, go now with the astrologers. Go.
The enchanters.
Yeah, the enchanters. Go to find that real quick. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is one.
Oh yeah.
The spirit is rolling right now, yeah. It's the spirit, man. Because it's the truth, man.
True. Right.
It's all prophecy, man. The truth is way better than fiction, man.
It's all coming
Right.
out.
People are always looking for a good movie and whatever. And
Yeah.
whatnot. Well, we living in the
Yeah.
best world right now.
We living in
man.
the best one. We starring in this motherfucker, man.
That's right.
Co-starring with our Lord YahWH. He's a star.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But we co-starring.
And we about to get to the how do you
The
call it?
climax.
The climax.
Climax, man.
Go now with thy enchanters, KJV. It's giving me Deuteronomy, but I don't think it's Deuteronomy. Coming back Deuteronomy 18:10. But that's not the one. It says, right here. Go now with- let me show you.
Oh, Isaiah 47:13.
Yep,
That sounds like it.
that's it.
Fine. Isaiah 47
And 13.
and 13. God, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 13. Reads, Thou art weary.
The video, Salakia, I was about to show. It was a scene, right? It's live. It was kind of like delayed, and all of us was there here looking for the same preset. I was like, we was all locked in. I was like,
We locked
I was
in.
like, yo, I hope that's the still, man, because we was all locked in, bro. If you can see the joke, we was all like looking, man. Spirit, man.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 47:13. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
Because that's what these astrologers, those black warlocks and witches, those Edomite warlocks and witches, and those small head warlocks, they come together with this king, and they advise him. Even during the time of Ronald Reagan, Nancy Reagan, she was a known witch, and she kept an astrologer on deck. She kept a psychic on deck. She kept one of those prognosticators on deck because she believed in that. Here it is. Her husband was the same man that declared 1983 to be the year of the Bible, but they did everything against the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord telling this devil, go down with all of them and see if they're gonna deliver you from my hand. You know? What is it in the
And
NLT?
the NLT gives
There it
a good
is.
read. There it is.
Yeah.
Isaiah 47:13, NLT. All the advice you receive has made you tired. Where are all your astrologers,
Yeah.
those stargazers who make predictions each month? Let them stand up and save you from what the future holds.
Right, because these witches and warlocks, they're not going to be able to save Esau from the things that are coming. And only a super high level warlock like Noel Harari, he's a high level warlock, witch warlock, right? And he advises the Rothschilds. He advises them at the big table. But then like these little ones, like your Bidens, your Tony Blairs, your all of these warlocks, I mean these smaller, lesser kings of the world, your Bidens, your Trumps, they got advisors too, but they're at a low level, and they advise them what every month. Every month they come down and they tell them, hey, this was going to happen in a political field right here. This is what you're going to do. What we're going to talk about. Sometimes they get a big message from the top. Other times it's just shit that's focused on them individually. You know what I'm saying? You'll do this. We're going to have this, and this is what we're going to do for this month. Well, the Lord telling him, hey, go down with all of them motherfuckers and see if they can save you from the future. What's the future of Babylon? The destruction. What's the future of America? Destruction.
And just like Egypt, man, you know, or Esau now, they're doing the same thing. You know, that's why they trying to open portals and all those type of things, because they're trying to look for a way out of the judgment that's coming for them, man. Like I just mentioned, you know, back in the time of Egypt, Yahweh Shai sent Moses and Aaron to warn of what was coming, and you know, Pharaoh hardened his heart. He knew that there was a message being told unto him, but he was just like, nah, fuck that shit. And Esau the same way, man. Esau already knows what's about to come down to his kingdom, but guess what? He's like, nah, fuck it. some way we're gonna try to, find the loophole or whatever, and this is why he's trying to,
Trying to
come up
freak
with
it.
weapons, all sorts of different avenues to try to fight prophecy, man, and it's not gonna work, and that's why it says, go and look for your prognosticator, see if they can save you, and at the end of the day, it's not gonna work, man. Pharaoh did the same thing when Aaron and Moses came and turned the snake, the staff into the snake, and then the water into blood.
He put his magi out. Because they could do certain things on the left-hand side. Mind you that all the power comes from the Most High, the right and the left.
That's right.
So they could do certain things too, but what did Moses snake do? End up swallowing up theirs, showing you that the right hand is more powerful than the left.
That's right. That's right. And it goes back to Proverbs 20:24. Man's goings are of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai.
That's right. You can control the narrative, Esau.
Yeah,
That's right.
you
Like the scriptures say, the judgment is already written, man. So you can't do nothing about it. You could try to change it, but at the end of the day, the Lord's putting it in your mind to do whatever it is that you're doing, man.
That's right.
Back in Daniel 2 and verse 5, it says, the king answered and said to the Chaldeans, the thing is gone from me. If you will not make known unto me the dream with the interpretation thereof, ye shall be cut in pieces, and your houses shall be made a dunghill.
Yeah.
But if you show me the dream,
So he basically threatened them. He threatened their life, man, and their wealth, because those high positions, they didn't just bring a high status; they brought a better life.
that's right.
So these witches and warlocks, soon as a new dude came in, new king came in, here they come creeping in. Now that wasn't the case with Daniel. He was a prophet, but he was brought in a group with all the rest of the Jews from Judea, right?
Right.
So they put him in the same lump, and he always had problems with them motherfuckers too. One, because he received a greater blessing, they were jealous of that. Then when he didn't praise the idols, they were jealous of that. And even during the time, I think it might have been Cyrus, one of them. I think it might have been Cyrus. They were jealous at him with the killing them idols, Bel and the dragon, the Bel and the dragon idols. They had him thrown. He got thrown. You know how many times he got thrown into the lion's den? You know how many times?
I know it's more than once.
Yeah, it was like 2 times.
2 times.
It was during the time of I think Nebuchadnezzar.
One Nebuchadnezzar,
And then one time under Cyrus, or one of those kings. Might have been, I think it was Darius, but it was under one of those kings. I think it was under Darius. He got thrown in there, but he was delivered both times.
Both times, yeah.
The one time, Habakkuk, the Lord had the angel teleport Habakkuk to feed him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Daniel went through a lot of shit, man. Again, you gotta read the book of Daniel, man. It's a heavy book, man. I love it.
I gotta read it again.
Read it again, man. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
It says, but if you show the dream and the interpretation thereof, ye shall receive of me gifts and rewards and great honor. Therefore show me the dream and the interpretation thereof.
Now, mind you, if they had if the Magi would have been able to give them that. First of all, here it is. They were used to, when you give somebody, a lot of times the con man, he need a little bit of information on the person he's conning and shit. So that worked for a while for those Magi. I mean, for them people, them witches, them warlocks, right? It worked for a while. But then he was like, fuck no, I ain't telling you this shit. Hey, you should already know. Now, the only way you're going to know is if the Most High give you understanding. And the left-hand side wasn't giving them that understanding. So they were scared. They were shook. You know what I'm saying? He was like, look, man, but if you do tell me what's going, what this dream is about, you tell me what it's about, then I'm gonna reward you and give you all these things. Right? Now, they was going to jump at that. Oh, yeah, he going to give us all this shit. But let's see what Daniel did. Because Daniel was a man of integrity. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 7. They answered again and said, let the king tell his servants the dream, and we will show the interpretation of it.
Yeah, so they needed the dream to... you see that?
Come up with some bullshit.
That bullshit. Yeah. He's like, man, nigga, I told you what I fucking told you, bitch. Hey, you better tell me the dream, or I'm gonna fucking kill you.
That's right. Time
king
to earn your money.
Yeah, trying to earn your keep. Yeah, trying to earn that money. That's right, brother. It's like, hey, niggas trying to earn it. See, like again, like now we able. How are we able to break these scriptures down the way we doing? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right. That's right.
And he gave us pastors to feed us with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, as well as the Holy Spirit that's resting upon us.
That's right.
That's how we able to do this. That's how we able to see it. Go ahead, bro.
Well, I got a quick precept.
Oh,
for
bring
that,
it up.
Salakia. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, in the Apocrypha, right?
Mhm.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, and verse 17. And thy counsel who hath known, except thou give wisdom and send thy Holy Spirit from above.
There it is.
There it is.
That's
right
how
there.
we. That's how we was able. That's how we able to give this
That's
wisdom. It's because it was sent from the Holy Spirit of above.
That's
The
right.
Holy Spirit of above. We was all ordained. We were all called. Lord willing, we're chosen.
Lord willing.
Right, to do this work. Right. We didn't know. None of us went to no Bible school. None of us went to no so-called theologian school. And which you ain't gonna learn none of this in neither one of those places.
That's right.
Right. The Spirit of the Lord had to be dealing with this, man.
And that's such a I have to say this. That's such a beautiful feeling when you're reading a precept and you get that understanding and you know it had to come from the Lord.
Yeah.
Priceless, man.
It's right.
It's priceless.
That's right.
You know?
Go ahead.
It says, the king answered and said, I know of certainty that ye would again, Salakia. Let me read that again.
They
It
get a little
says,
excited. That's all it is,
the
brother.
king answered and said, I know of certainty that ye would gain the time because ye see the thing is gone from me.
Yeah.
But if ye,
read that in the NLT.
it says,
done that.
the king replied, I know what you are doing. You're stalling.
Yeah,
He got
I told
him.
you, man. I told them niggas was bullshit
Yep.
artists, man. That's all them niggas
Yep,
were.
he
Bullshit
got
artists, bro. He's like, y'all niggas stalling, man. You trying to play it out, nigga. No, nigga.
Yep.
I told you what I told you,
Yep.
bro.
Yep.
Hey, that's how you know them idols was no good, man.
No good.
If it wasn't for Yahweh Shalom Shah setting his prophets down there, man, the motherfuckers wouldn't know shit, yo. Go ahead, bro. Read it again.
I know that I know what you are doing. You are stalling for time because you know I am serious when I say, if you don't tell me the dream, you are doomed. So you have to conspire, Salaki. So you have conspired to tell me lies,
Yeah.
hoping I will change my mind.
Yeah.
But tell me the dream, and then I'll know that you can tell me what it means.
Yeah, so he basically said, tell me the dream, then I know that you really got this power that you claim that you have, you really got. Because really, they really don't have no power. And the scripture says the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom.
Right?
It's not wisdom. Right? You've been robbing him the whole time. And that's what these people doing. That's why even like there's a video of that nigga TD Jakes. They had this nigga on TV, and this nigga talking about pray for America. If you was a real prophet of the Lord, if you was a real man of the Most High, you wouldn't be saying no pray for this fucking America, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You pray for the destruction, nigga. That's what you be praying for. But this nigga sitting up there bullshit because you basically telling them motherfuckers what they want to hear, feeding their fucking ego. But it's gonna come a point where these kings, they're gonna want the truth. Hey, what the fuck is happening? Because it's gonna come a time where all the hell breaking loose. They're like, look, man, what the fuck is happening? But them prognosticators, they ain't gonna be able to stand. And they're gonna lose, they're gonna be showed that they were nothing but liars, man. Bullshit artists, man. And then that's when they're gonna come for us. The real prophets, man. But we ain't gonna prophesy no peace for you. Ain't no peace to the wicked. We're gonna tell you like we've been telling you from day one. The truth, nigga. America's finished, nigga. You are done.
Look
You
at
could
our
do,
videos.
yeah, you could do. And he already got the videos in the catalog,
the videos.
but they're gonna win us. They're gonna win us. And that's why the Lord said in that day, hey, take no thought. Find out what you gonna say in that day. Because it's gonna be a time where we're gonna be grabbed up. You know, they're gonna grab up the real prophets, man. They're gonna grab everybody up, but they're gonna siphon like who the real ones, man. What them great millstone men at? What those men that believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai? Give me them. And they're gonna bring each and every last one of us. Then we might be together, we might not be. You know what I'm saying? We might be in a little room somewhere by ourselves and shit. Because that's what they do. They don't put everybody together. They'll grab you up individually, man. And they want to. There's a scripture that says they're gonna try to torture us to see what's that? Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. Real quick, go to that one. They're gonna try to torture us and show us now if God is with him. forget the name of that scripture, man.
Yeah, I remember I was watching a video, one of Apostle Tahar's videos, Apostle Street Ministry, and he was going into saying how when that famine of the word comes, and I never forgot when he said this. He said that's when he gonna say goodbye to a lot of brothers, because he don't know when we're gonna see each other again.
Well, he didn't say that. Somebody had a dream.
When that was that what it
Somebody
was?
had a dream. He didn't say that.
Okay,
Some
okay,
dude
I
had a
take it back.
dream.
Okay.
No, don't even mention that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna speak on that.
Oh, okay, Salaki.
That's all right. Ain't your fault.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me look this scripture up real quick.
I think it's
Yeah, it was in Solomon 2. Yep, it's chapter 2. He got it. All right,
Oh, okay.
Hold what you got.
Yeah.
2 and 19. Probably
Oh,
started
yeah.
18.
Wisdom of Solomon.
Hold on, brother. The one I wanted you to get is the one where it said, take no thought, therefore take no thought. You want to read up. Yeah, you can start at 30, but the point's in 31. Go ahead, read up.
Wisdom of Solomon 2 and verse 17. Let us see if his words be true.
Let's start at 16.
Uh,
So it was like he's not for our way, he's not for our,
This is Wisdom of Solomon 2 and verse 15. It says, he is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other men's.
Yeah.
His ways are of another fashion.
Yeah, and our ways that are of another fashion are righteous. Our life is not like these wicked niggas out here. You know,
Right.
we might be in the same, we obviously be in the same environment. You know, we're in the same habitat, but our life is different than what these niggas in the world live. So it's contrary to them. So they got beef with us. Go ahead.
We are esteemed of him as counterfeits.
Yeah, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. These idols, these idol worshiping demons, these fake pastors, preachers, even these fake Israelite leaders, man. They're gonna band together with Esau. These warlocks and witches, they're gonna come out. Hey, he's something about him is different. I'll give a quick story. When I was a child, I was like, I might have been like 11 or 12. I think I was like 11 or 12. Anyway, long story short, we had a substitute teacher at my school, and I always think about this, and I hope that I remember it so I can ask the Lord for some understanding about it. But long story short, we had a substitute teacher, and she was a witch. She was a so-called psychic, right? And then for some odd reason, instead of teaching us the lesson of the day, this bitch lined us all up and started reading our palms and shit, right? So she's reading everybody's palm and shit, and I'm simple. I didn't know. I'm none the wiser, you know. But it was my first encounter with one, and she read everybody's shit. And then the bitch took my hand. She took my right hand. I remember she took this hand right here, and she took it, and she looked at it, and threw it away and jumped. She jumped back. She got scared. And then I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? First of all, I was like, what, because I'm black? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at my hand thinking it's dirty and shit. I'm like this, trying to wipe the dirt off my hand and shit. But she was scared. I'll never forget it. And she was our substitute teacher for 2 days in a row. So anyway, she looked at my hand and threw it back like this. And then she took it again. And then she was like, oh, you're just gonna do this? You're gonna work with planes, you're gonna go to the military and work with planes. I was like, what? Because to me, she tell everybody, y'all some cool shit.
Yeah.
To me, she was like, ugh, like, what the fuck? But I don't know. I believe, you know, I'm just a man, but I believe she's seeing something in the future. She probably seen the power of Yahweh Shema Shot. Like that witch from Endor, she got scared when Samuel came back.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying I'm special. I ain't saying don't take that shit. I don't fuck around with the fucking witches and warlocks on the left hand side. I'm just telling you my experience as a child. Because I didn't know no better.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So this demon, she's in our school, siphoning and looking at the children, putting spells on children, demons on children, and she couldn't handle all these jakes. So she was a Edomite. She couldn't handle all these jakes. She had to do something to keep Jake in line. So she said, fuck it, I'll use my witch powers. I'll read these children's hands. And she touched my hand, and the bitch got scared, bro. And she was, the whole time, both days, she was trying to keep away from me. I had to run this bitch down to try to get this bitch to read my hand and shit. I didn't know though. I was like, cause I wanted what other kids had. I'm like, what the fuck? But the bitch didn't want to fuck with me, man. And it was a reason why. I believe that because of this. She might have seen some shit in the future that scared the shit out of her. Like, oh, let me leave this little nigga alone, man. You know?
Jeremiah 1:5.
Yeah. So I'm praying. every day that I'm part of the elect, man. But I'll tell you one thing, the Lord probably gave that bitch a vision, immediate vision that she, bitch. Because he don't play that left hand shit. He don't play with them witches and warlocks. Okay? He don't play that shit. The sentence for that is death. And that's what these, that's these motherfuckers is getting. They're about to get it. Hey, look, 444, that mercy, bro. Hey, Rakadai Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Conquer, Dash, nigga. You can't make this up, bro. You can't make this up, bro. You cannot make it up.
We're in that time.
That's that mercy, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
It says, back in Wisdom of Solomon 2:16, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High is his Father.
And that's what we're doing. We're telling you that our ending, we're the just. Who are the just? The Israelites, the elect of Israel. And we're telling them that, because see, what they think is that this new world order going to come up, they're going to chip everybody, they're going to put us in the worst slavery that was ever known to mankind, far worse and greater than that chattel slavery. Excuse me, chattel slavery we was forced to serve. Hey, that's mercy, bro. Hey, you can't make it up. You can't make it up. The Lord brought it back twice, bro. He brought our ass back twice. He called Lord Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai. Yeah, you can't make it up. So, I forgot, it made me lose my train of thought.
Yeah.
But, read it again when you get a chance.
It says, he pronounces his end. He pronounces the end of the just to be blessed.
Yeah, so
and maketh his boast that the Most High is his Father.
and that's what we're doing. We tell again, Esau Edom think that he gonna get this NWO off the ground and that he gonna be in perpetual rulership. He done deceived the world. He thinking that he's the Most High, and he's saying that our end is gonna be like it always been, fucked up and oppressed. But we telling you that our end is gonna be blessed.
Right.
And then on top of that, we telling you not only that, we telling you that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is our power, our Father. Because he is.
He is.
Nigga. You know what I'm saying? But they don't believe it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right.
It says, let us see if his words be true,
Yep.
and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of the Most High, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected.
And we ain't gonna have no we're not gonna have no a shameful death.
Right.
If we get dragged in, if and when we get dragged in to these concentration camps, we might be amongst these motherfuckers, but we ain't gonna be. They're gonna have to separate us, man. And then they're gonna try to play us and try to see if the Lord is truly with us. But Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is with us, and they're gonna deliver us, and no matter what situation.
That's right, because a lot of the times when Esau captures somebody, you know, and he wants to, you know, give him a despiteful death or like put him to shame and shit, they do it through their dignity, man. And the dignity of the people in the world is according to man.
Yeah.
So people are looking of, oh, what are people gonna say about me? We don't give a damn about what the fuck people gotta say. We care about what the Lord's gonna say about us.
Yeah.
So you can't hurt our dignity, man.
Yeah.
So we could give a damn what our family's gonna say, what our friends are gonna say, what anybody's gonna say. As long as we're doing the work of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man, we know we coming back.
Yep.
And with honor, man. So we're gonna keep our dignity intact. No one will be part of that number, and you know we'll keep our dignity intact even until death, man.
Yeah, that integrity.
That's right.
That's what it is. They want to try to break our integrity and see if we like one of them. But see, you playing with the Most High, man. The Lord said, "Touch not my anointed, neither do any of my prophets any harm, nigga."
And that other scripture that says, "Oh, I have reserved myself 7,000 men that shall not bow the knee to Baal."
Yeah.
And I always think of that scene in 300 when that was what, Darius? Yeah, right?
Yeah. And no, it was Xerxes.
Xerxes, there we go. Xerxes told Leonidas to bow before him and shit. And he was just like, nah, you know, from killing all your men and shit.
Yeah, that was
I'm not gonna be
beautiful.
able to kneel down and shit
Yes.
through the spirit. That's what we're gonna say
That's
to
what
you,
we're gonna
Edomites, man. Like, why the fuck we gonna bow down to you?
He said somebody's knees, he said my knees hurt.
yeah.
All of that, all of
We
that
serve the
killing,
power
yeah.
on high. The fuck we gotta bow down to you? You are nobody, man.
Yeah, and even if, like the scripture says, some of us will be martyrs. Guess what? All our words gonna follow us, man. That's
right.
gonna be nothing. And the Lord gonna make it a quick and painless death. And getting your head chopped off ain't as bad as it seems, man. You know, it's a quick death. You know, and we're going right back to the Lord. And the Lord said, "Well, we're gonna come right back with him."
That's right.
So guess what? We still got our words do follow us even in death, man. So when you break us into that interrogation, the Lord is gonna put that spirit on us that, hey, we're not gonna say our words, just like we ain't saying our words we saying today. With the words we speaking right now, these ain't our words. These are words of Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
Okay, and nothing's gonna stop that.
That's the precept you wanted in Matthew
Yeah,
chapter
go ahead.
6. You want it now?
Yeah.
That's that was Matthew chapter 6 and verse 30 and 31. St. Matthew 6, 30 and 31. Which reads, wherefore, if the Most High so clothe the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? And here's the point in 31. Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink?
Yeah, so when all hell breaks loose, we're not gonna be worried about the things that the average person gonna be worried about.
That's
We're not gonna be worried about food and drink. Yahweh Shah gonna provide those things because he's been doing that for us even as we sleep today. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like we might be like low on funds, have nothing, but then the Lord make a way.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, shit. You might be. I'll use another testimony. When the camp first started standing up, and I started going to YGP, where we used to preach at downtown, the YGP. I remember one day I only had enough money to make it to camp. That was it. I ain't had no money for shit. And then the Lord had this jig. I don't know if he was an angel or not. I believe he was, but he just came out of nowhere and was like, "Hey man, you the most important person out here, man." He said, "If you need anything, man, they just call me, man. I'll take care of you." He's like, "You hungry? You want something?" I was like, "Sure." He brought me a sandwich and some water and shit, man. You know. So hey, the Lord will provide, man. He always will
He always provides.
So he said, take no thought in those things, man. Because that's what these people do. Go ahead.
It says, but seek, verse 32, Slakia, for after all these things do the Gentiles seek, for your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things.
Yeah. It didn't say take no thought of what you're going to say in that day. That's not it. That was good, but
I was looking for that. Yeah, and we all have our own personal testimonies of when we came up short, whether it's money or whatever. And the Lord, Yahweh Shai, in his mercy towards us, he comes through. You know, because as the precept says, he knows. And this is Yahweh Shai speaking. Says his heavenly Father, our heavenly Father, he knows what we need before we need it, before we even ask. You know? That's right, he knows.
And all that do is serves as faith boosters for us.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
This St. Matthew 10 and 16, it says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
Yep.
Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves."
And that's why we here at Great Millstone, starting off with the apostles and the bishop elders, we don't tell you to clip up, to arm up. We don't show ourselves to be violent men. Okay? We're not in agreement with any of that shit. Because we're sheep. And when you see a sheep is harmless. You got some of these groups, they like to take videos, do documentary interviews while at the gun range, try to boast themselves on how bad they are. You even got some groups out here that go to camp with weapons, brandishing weapons, whole fucking machine guns and handguns on their side.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I've seen it.
But we don't do that. Because when if you see a man with a gun, that's not a person that you look at as a sheep. You want to stay away from him. Because he might fuck around and shoot you.
That's right.
You know, he looks aggressive. He looks militant. And we don't come off that way. Because the Lord said, I send you what? As sheep amongst wolves, man. The wolves are our people, as well as the other nations, man. These motherfuckers are breathing. You see a wolf, you stay away from that motherfucker like, he got them teeth out, they gonna bite you. Even if you got a weapon on you, you like, I'm packing them motherfuckers, shit, you might get one, but the other motherfuckers gonna get them legs and arms, man, and tell you the strengths.
That's right.
So those type of people are threatening.
That's right.
And so the Lord sent us as non-threatening. He also said, I send you forth as sheep amongst wolves, be ye there wise as serpents and harmless as doves. You see a dove, which is he called a street pigeon, a city pigeon, they ain't hurt nobody. You ain't scared of them. You know what I'm saying? They're harmless, man. But you and a serpent is wise, man. It knows how to move and where to move, because really a serpent beyond his teeth is defenseless, man. So it has to use wisdom and his cunningness to get out of a situation. It don't got no arms, ain't got no legs. All it got is two fangs, man. But it strikes at us at an opportune time, man. And it's a deadly strike, especially if it's one of those snakes with venom, man. Okay.
Right.
Verse 17, it says, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues, scourge you in their synagogues, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles.
Yep.
But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak.
Yeah, so
for it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you.
It's right. Yeah, so that's right. So it's like in that day we ain't gotta create no who's that?
Well, coming up the sign. Or under the sign. Well, he under the sign, man.
Hey, move your bag so the roach won't get in there, bro.
I'll watch him. You get close to it.
Where's he at?
Right there.
It's right there. Awesome. Oh, right here. Yeah, so yeah, you gotta be careful. There's a lot of roaches.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pests out here, bro. Hey, you got any of that putty, that stuff you had? What you is in your other car? What you did to help me with the wall last time? The rat?
Oh, I think I have, yeah.
I got a quick reset.
Yeah, hold on, brother. So yeah, we ain't gonna Saki just jumped in my mind. I saw the pest. I was like, fuck, man. I'm like, yeah, bro. Anyway, yeah. So the point of the matter is that the Lord gonna give us the words to speak in that day.
That's right.
So Jake, we ain't gonna say, obviously we in the flesh. You like, well, I don't know what you say. Hey, man, the Lord will give us the words to speak in that day, because really we're just a testimony against these people and their destruction. You really ain't gotta grab us up, like the brother said earlier. Hey, you got the videos, man. We speaking the word. We speaking it open and plain. We not making nothing up. We telling you the words that are written in the scriptures, man. As the Spirit leads us to speak it to you, and we're breaking it down so that you can understand it. Because like the prophets of old, they didn't have this 100% truth. They had the understanding, but it wasn't complete understanding. They had the vision. So the Lord said, "What? Write it down on the table." He told Daniel to write it down in a book and close it and seal it until the time of the end. And we're in the time of the end. And Yahawashi, after his death and resurrection, he broke those seals. So now we have the truth. So the Spirit is flowing without course, man. It's just flowing free. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's right.
You got it, bro. That was it on that. Let's go back to Daniel chapter 2.
All right, back in Daniel chapter 2 and verse 10, it says, and the Chaldeans answered, and the Chaldeans answered before the king and said, there is not a man upon the earth that can show the king's matters. Therefore, there is no king, lord, nor ruler that asketh such thing at any magician or an astrologer or a Chaldean.
Yeah, so like even those magicians, he said basically he was begging them, like, listen, there's no magician in this world that could do that what you asked. That's too great of a trick. You got to at least tell me something. You got to give me something to go on, and then I can break it down to you. He's like, nah, man, it is somebody that can do that. And that's a man of the Lord.
That's right.
Because even as we speak these prophecies now, these people, these warlocks and these astrologers of the world, they're so blind. These people can't see this place being destroyed. Because if they could, they wouldn't be fighting so hard for it, man. So at a certain point, these people are blind, but we can see. We have eyes to see and ears to hear, just like our people in the world. 2/3 of Jakes in the world, we're sitting here telling you plain as day. We can see it. Like Apostle Gabar teaches and tells us all the time. You got to have vision to be in this truth, man. You know, you got Jake out there that's in the truth that want to go back into the world because he can't see this world being destroyed. He thinks it's something out there that he's missing. And that one Jake, that young man, he used to be part of Great Millstone in Trinidad. He was like 21 years old. This nigga, he said he wanted to build, according to what brother said, he wanted to build his mom a house. So then he wanted to become a singer. So what did the nigga do? The Lord caught his ass while he was in the club doing God knows what, right? And he got shot. If he was a man of wisdom, he would have known not to put himself in that situation. And wisdom has nothing to do with your age. You could be an old nigga. You could be a young nigga. It don't matter.
Right. Facts.
Okay? Wisdom has no age limit. But if he was using wisdom, he wouldn't have been caught up in there. But he was outside the body. So he got killed. He got put to death in a horrible way. You know, brother said that he was in the hospital. I'm not sure if he dead right now. Last word I got, he went back to the spirit world. But either way, and that's judgment. You know, if you outside of the house, man, you're gonna get wet, nigga, if it's raining. Okay, if it's thunder and lightning, it had that situation made me think about on the Passover, the first Passover, when that spirit of death, that was Yahushua, was putting the firstborn of everything in Egypt to death, man. And the only ones that was protected in that day were the Israelites, who had that blood on that door, which that blood of the lamb represents Yahushua. Right? So if you walk outside of this house, this body, guess what, nigga, you gonna die. Meaning if you leave this truth, right, to go back into the world, to go back to your own fucking vomit. Because there ain't shit in no place, like Apostle Tahar said. Years ago, he had already put the edict out that none of us should even be in a club, nigga. Why? Because you don't know what the fuck's going on there. It's men out there that got death demons on them. It's women out there that got adulterous demons on them. You think the bitch got a fat ass, she look good, and you looking at her, but you don't know this bitch got a whole man at home, man. She probably lied to come outside. I'm gonna just go outside and get some drinks. And then now she's an adulteress. So you get put to death behind that shit. Or something foul can happen to you behind that. Or just, you know how it is, man. Me and this brother used to be in the military. This brother, we both were stationed at Fort Hood at a time in our careers, and that place was a fucking death zone, man. Yeah. They used to have a spot, I don't know if they had it when this brother was there, they used to have a spot called the Sports Dome, man. And at the time, both military personnel and civilian personnel could come on post and come to this club. And every time you go up in there, motherfucker, it was a fucking a nightmare, bro. Hey, it was so bad that the cops, the military police, they wanted to get them numbers up for arrest. They would just line up like on both sides. You had to walk through this procession of policemen, and they looking at you, see if you drunk, if you started a fight. They looking at you, see if you rowdy, so they can throw you in a fucking prison, man, and put you up on charges. That's not a place to be. These clubs, what do these clubs have? Loud ass music, dark, dank, weed, drugs, guns, niggas in there with knives. Here it is, you think you coming out to have a good time, but these niggas coming out, a good time for these niggas is killing somebody.
Yeah. Robbing people.
Robbing people. Yep, looking for the nigga with the jewels on. Yeah. You know? I remember one time, I was in the world, I was in a spot with my cousin. He took me to a bar and shit. And those bars are just as bad as the clubs sometimes. You know? I had a little chain on, little diamond chain and shit. This fucking bitch, some stud, was eyeing my chain, man, and try to rub her head across my chest to snatch my chain, bro. I caught that bill like, the fuck out of here, yo. What you doing? I didn't even know this bitch. But you see what happens? Yeah. We don't do the clubs. I'm too old, too tired for that shit anyway.
And I'm double too old.
Yeah, I ain't missing shit. No. You ain't missing nothing up in there, bro. Yeah. Ain't nothing. Yeah, hey, like grandma used to say back in the day, only thing open after 10 is trouble and legs, man. Yeah. That's all that's out there.
Yeah, that's true.
No bars and legs, man. That's all that's open after 10 o'clock. You don't need to be outside. Yeah. Now what you do with brothers in the privacy of your own space, that's different. You know what I mean? Brothers get together, watch a fight, have a little young strong drink or something like that. Some chicken. Yeah, hey, guess what? If a brother too drunk, hey, give me your keys, bro. You can stay here, man. You can sleep on the couch,
That's
bro.
right.
Or I got an extra room.
That's right.
Or a brother might just drop you off. Hey, when you come back tomorrow, come get your car, bro.
Yeah.
You good.
Yeah,
You
good.
straight. You know what I mean? Had a good night, full stomach, watched the fight, fellowship,
Good.
laugh, chill, hung out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We've done it.
That's it. Yeah, we have. We have, man. It ain't about nothing. But again, the point of the matter, we saying like, yo, when you outside, you're bound, you're open to the elements, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why it behooves you to stay here, man. Go ahead, bro.
That's right.
It says, and it is a rare thing that a king requireth, and there is.
Start up from the previous verse.
Okay, Daniel 2 and verse 10. The Chaldeans answered before the king and said, there is not a man upon earth that can show the king's matter. Therefore, there is no king, lord, nor ruler that acts such things at any magician or astrologer or Chaldean. And it is a rare thing that the king requireth, and there is none other that, and there is none other that can show it before the king except the gods whose dwelling is not with flesh.
Right, and that's Yahweh Bashu Yahweh Shai. Right,
Well-
because those astrologers, those magicians, those basically those witches and warlocks, they had those fake temples that was down here on earth with men, right? And they didn't, them idols can't tell you shit. They couldn't deliver you from nothing. They couldn't even deliver themselves, right? So they was like, the only one that could do that is a God that's not here. And all our gods are right here. Look.
Right.
Go ahead. Let's keep
It says, for this cause the king was angry and very furious and commanded to destroy all the wise men of Babylon.
Yeah, because he's like, what the fuck I'm paying y'all for, bro? I got y'all niggas and living good. You got bitches, you got jewelry, you got prestige, nigga. I'm wasting my money having you niggas around, man. You can't tell me this dream. So that was the Lord exposing them.
That's right.
Right? Because these warlocks here today, they can't see the truth. TD Jakes can't see what's going on. He's talking about praying for this place. We praying for the downfall because we can see that this place is going down.
That's right.
It's evident. War is amongst us. Shit is going left quick, fast, man.
That's right.
Anybody that's telling you that God wants you to make a place in this world, the one who really called God, they want you to make a place in this world, he's lying to you, man.
Lying.
Telling you that everything's gonna get better, he's lying to you, man. Nothing's gonna get better for this place. The scripture says we would have healed her, but she is not healed, nigga. We would take bomb for her. We would have healed her, but she is not healed.
That's right. This house is on fire.
Fuck yeah, and it's about to really be on fire.
About to really
Physical
be on
fire.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
right.
bro.
It says, then, Salakia, verse 12, for this cause the king was angry and very furious and commanded to destroy all the wise men of Babylon, and the decree went forth.
See, and then here it is. Daniel wasn't even amongst these motherfuckers, bro. He probably was somewhere minding his business, chilling. You know what I'm saying? And then he hear like, what? They about to kill niggas? Oh, hell no! But the Lord did that for
Separated them.
He did that. He also did that for what you call it? It begins with a C, man. Not
Categorize?
confusion. No.
To
Like basically,
confound?
no. He did that for I can't remember the word. It's like when somebody do something just for the sake, a drama's sake. I forget the name. Controversy throughout it, brother. Yeah, he did it for controversy's sake, man. To show you that them motherfuckers ain't real and that he is real. Yahweh Shai Shai is real. And he gonna use his men to do something. And with the book of Hosea, what is it? Hosea, 12 and 10.
Yeah, that's why the magicians and shit said that only the gods know that, and the gods don't dwell with the flesh. And we know that there is only one God, and he dwells with who? With Israel, man.
Yeah. And he don't dwell he not in the physical plane. He in the spiritual plane. He in the spiritual world.
Right.
That's right. And we're coming on those times where the precept says, then they shall know who are my prophets.
Who are my chosen?
Who are my chosen, roughly paraphrased.
Second Ezra chapter 16, 70 on down. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 12 and verse 10. I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets.
Right, so the Lord, that's how the Lord speaks to you down here. The Most High and His Son not gonna get off of their throne and come out and talk to you, nigga, personally. You know, you got these these preachers, these false preachers talking about, you know, God came to me the other night, and he told me, he gave me this word to tell you, and then the Most High, so you speaking out of your own heart.
Every week.
Yeah, every week this nigga just come down speaking out of his own fucking heart, man. Lying to you, man. Hustling you out of your fucking money and your time. You know? Lying.
Yeah.
The Most High speaks to men through the prophets. He's done that since day one, even during the time of Adam in the garden. The Lord didn't come down here and talk to them like that, even during the time of Cain. That person that was talking to Cain was the Heavenly Father through a prophet. Cain wasn't in the wilderness, you know, out walking in the field and shit, hanging out, and then all of a sudden he just heard his voice. Where's your brother, Cain? No, it was a prophet came down. Like, look, nigga, hey, and it was a voice of the Lord speaking to him.
Yeah.
It says, and the decree went forth that the wise men should be slain, and they saw Daniel and his fellows to be slain.
Yeah, so here it is. Daniel wasn't even around. He wasn't even there to hear what was going on, but they were going to slay him because this man was so fucking mad. He was like, man, these motherfuckers are paying these niggas for nothing. Hey, just kill these niggas. Get these niggas about it. All the niggas that's so-called magicians and prophets, put them all together. Kill them all. That's what he said. Bitch ass nigga. Go ahead.
Then Daniel answered with counsel and wisdom to Arioch, the captain of the king's guard, which was gone forth to slay the wise men of Babylon. He answered and said to Arioch, the king's captain, why is the decree so hasty from the king?
Yeah, why is this nigga going off like that? What's going on? Showing you that he wasn't there to hear the dream so he can interpret it. But even Daniel wasn't speaking about himself interpreting. He's like, hey, I gotta go. Well, you gonna hear it? You gonna tell you I had to go to the Lord. Give me a second, man, before you start killing motherfuckers, chopping niggas' heads off.
Well said.
Yeah, I said.
Well said.
Yeah, I said. Hey, give me a second, man. Let me talk to the Most High, man. Let me go pray. Let me go pray real quick, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, then Arioch made the thing known to Daniel. Then Daniel went in and desired of the king that he would give him time and that he would show the king the interpretation. Then Daniel went to his house and made the king and made the thing known to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, his companions.
Those are three. That's their names changed to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Yeah, read the names again.
Oh, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah.
Azariah. And that was Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Go ahead.
Or that
But
they.
their Hebrew names were Mishael, Hananiah, and Azariah. I think it was Azariah, right? Azariah. Salaki, Azariah. Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 18, it says that they would desire mercy of the Most High, power of heaven, concerning this secret.
They went and prayed to the Most High for mercy. Lord, have mercy on them, man. Don't let this man kill us because some bullshit these niggas done did. We always knew these guys were fake.
I can picture that.
Yeah, you can see it, right?
Yeah.
It's like I was standing there watching it happen. Like, Lord, man, please don't let us die because of these lying ass dudes, man.
Yeah.
Please, Lord, give us the spirit to understand this man's dream, or he go to fuck off, man, and do something crazy.
And there's a lot going on in that scene. They prayed,
Yep.
and then they waited for the answer.
Yep.
And Yahweh Shemashai, he did what he done. He heard like what we do. He hears our prayer.
Yeah, our prayer.
And then he delivers or shows mercy.
Yep.
You know?
It says,
And all of that magnifies his name.
That's right.
at the end.
That's right.
it says, or that Daniel and his fellows should not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon.
Yep.
Then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in the night vision.
Yeah. So
Then Daniel blessed the most power of heaven.
Read that again. Read it again.
It says,
in a dream or in a vision, the Lord speaks to man. Look for that. It's in Job.
Oh, okay.
It says, then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in the night vision. Then Daniel blessed the power of heaven. Yahweh Shema Shai.
Yeah, that's right. So he ain't blessed no idol.
That's
He
right.
blessed the Lord. He said, hey, Barakatah Yahweh Shema Shai for that. Like we did when we saw it 444 twice. Said, Barakatah Yahweh Shema Shai for that, man. For coming through, man. Because if not, this dude would have killed all the wise men.
That's right.
He didn't call us there to hear this thing. So here it is. Daniel wasn't even there when he had this thing going on. So now he got the vision and the dream. And now you know, what can he do? You got the precept?
God, this is Job chapter 33 and verse 14. Start at verse 14. For the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not.
They talking about us.
Who's that?
Read it again.
Nah. This is Job 33, start at verse 14. For the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction.
And that's how it works, man.
Yeah.
There it is. They threw up the prayers, and then they waited. They went to bed.
Yeah.
And then on his bed, the Lord spoke to him in a
Right.
vision of the night.
Yeah.
And then the Lord gave Daniel lots of visions, man. You know, and then through the will and power of the Lord, he showed mercy on Daniel, man. And that came along with a lot of prestige and a lot of, notoriety. That, man, this man's God is real. Even these kings who worship idols had to say that. Nebuchadnezzar had to bow down. The Lord judged him for that, for his pride. He made that dude a beast for 7 years, man. He was living in the grass. His hair done grow. He had his nails turned into claws and shit, man. And the Lord made this nigga a beast. And then one day he took it from that beast state and gave him back his mind, his understanding of a man. You know what I'm saying? So he knew. After that, he knew. Nigga, don't ever talk against Yahweh by Shai. And that's what's about to happen to this devil. Esau Edom. This devil, man. He's speaking against the Lord and his people, man. So you know he gonna pay. Starting with the Rothschilds, man. Let's go back to the
Daniel 2:20 says, Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of Yahweh Shai forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his.
Yep, wisdom and might is Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings.
Yep.
He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding.
Yep.
He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what it is. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him. I thank thee and praise thee, O thou power of my fathers, who has given me wisdom and might, and has made known unto me now what we desire of thee, for thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter.
Yep.
Therefore Daniel went in unto Arioch, whom the king had ordained to destroy the wise men of Babylon. He went and said thus unto him, Destroy not the wise men of Babylon, bring me in before the king, and I will show unto the king the interpretation.
Now he wasn't praying for those dudes. He was saying that because the king wanted to kill all the wise men, because he basically felt like he was doing all of this for nothing, and they was paying him for nothing. So he was like, no, like, listen, don't kill the wise men, man. Hey, just listen up. Take me to the king, and I'm gonna declare this dream. Mind you, this showed you the power of Yahweh Shai, man. That this man wasn't even there when all of that shit was going down, right? I don't even think he was considered a top wise man amongst them. That's why he wasn't in the meeting with them, right? So now the Lord's gonna bring him in, and he's gonna show him, and he did that to have favor on Daniel and his brothers, man. That was there, not just Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, or Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, but to all of Judah, man. It wouldn't be so hard for us back then, you know. That was the mercy of the Lord, man. Go ahead, brother.
Then Arioch brought in Daniel.
And Daniel was beloved of the Most High, man. He was extremely beloved of the Most High, man. So you know he was part of the elect. Go ahead, bro.
It says, Then Arioch brought in Daniel before the king in haste, and said thus unto him, I have found a man of the captives of Judah that will make known unto the king the interpretation. The king answered and said to Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar.
Yeah, he changed his. The king changed his name, even though Daniel Allah, he knew his name, he kept his name. But they, when they went into captivity, like us, like these names that we have, you know, whatever our slave name is, that's not our name. We got Hebrew names. You know,
right.
This brother Kahana La is the brother Arya Al Yahawada, and I'm Gabar Yahawada, man.
That's right.
But we got slave names too.
That's right.
Right? Go ahead.
It says, the king answered and said to Daniel, whose name was
Belshazzar.
Belteshazzar, art thou able to make known unto me the dream which I have seen and the interpretation thereof? Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, the secret which the king have demanded cannot the wise men, the astrologers, the magicians, the soothsayers show unto the king.
What did it say in the NLT?
It says, Daniel replied, there are no wise men, enchanters, or magicians, or fortune tellers who can reveal the king's secret.
Yeah, there it is. He basically told him, when he asked him, can you tell me the dream? He's like, there's no wise men, no, enchanters, no astrologers, roughly paraphrasing. Basically, them witches and warlocks, them niggas couldn't do it. Go ahead.
It says, but there is a power, a God in heaven, that revealeth secrets and maketh known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days.
Hold that. Get Amos 9:5. Yep, he said there's a God in heaven. There's a power in heaven. None of these dudes can do this. None of them. He said you went to the wrong one. You should have went to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. The God in heaven that can do this. Go ahead and read it.
9 and 7.
9 and 5, man.
He revealed this. Is that the one you want?
No, it said Amos 9 and 5. This is the Lord doeth nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto the servants of prophets.
I was thinking. That one escapes me.
What's in Amos? It might be 4. Oh, Amos 9. Amos 4 and 5. Try Amos 4 and 5.
4.
Yeah, 4 and 5.
4 and 5. Nope, that's not the one. He revealed his secrets. 3 and 7.
Water, brother.
3 to 3. Why do you how about Shemi Haushai? This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 7. Surely Yahweh thy power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets.
Right, so here it is, right? Daniel Slocky, brother. Daniel told the king, like, look, man, the Most High is the only one that can reveal these secrets. They come from heaven. But who did the Lord give these secrets to? His servants, the prophets, man.
That's right.
Lord willing, we're some of those men.
Lord willing.
We keep doing what we're doing, staying in the truth, staying faithful to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and the end we save is going to be seeing who we are, man.
Yes.
Right? But all of this knowledge that we have, it's a secret. That's why the average person don't have this. That's why these people that claim to be prophets of God, Christian churches, claiming to be doctors of divinity, they're divining something, but it ain't divining the truth. They're divining wickedness, man. They're liars. They're forgers of liars in divinity. But we're the truth. We're giving you the truth.
That's right.
Right? And you can only have this secrets only given unto the servants, the prophets, man. And that's why we were born back into this world. To receive a prophet's reward, man.
That's right.
Okay? Not everybody is privy to the secret. Go ahead, brother.
All right. It says, Daniel 2 and 28, but there is a power in heaven that revealeth secrets and maketh known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. Thy dream and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these.
Right, so here it is. Even Nebuchadnezzar didn't understand it at the time. That he said the future. He said these things are for the future. This was thousands of years ago, bro. This image right here was thousands. This dream. This is an image of a. I'm not sure if the statue actually looked like this, but it's just a great depiction of that statue, that dream that he had. This is thousands of years ago, bro, and we're actually living in that time right here.
And everything happened in succession, just how the dream was revealed unto Daniel.
That's right.
That's how you know it's from the Most High, man. Because if it would have been, how many people that so-called call themselves seers or whatever have prophesied about something and it never came to pass, you see?
Right.
But what the Most High gave unto the prophets, man, everything has been coming to pass according to how it was written, man.
Yep.
So that's how you know it's from the Most High and not of men.
Right.
It says, Okay, Khan. Oh, but as for me, this secret is not revealed to me. Salaki, I think I.
Was it 29?
No, I moved the thing by mistake.
Oh.
Okay, Khan, right here. Thy dream and the vision of the head upon thy bed are these. As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into thy mind upon thy bed. What should come to pass hereafter? And he that revealeth secrets maketh known to thee what shall come to pass. But as for me, this secret is not revealed to me for any wisdom that I have more than any living.
Right. So read that in the NLT.
It says, and it is not because I am wiser than anyone else that I know the secret of your dream, but because the Most High wants you to understand what was in your heart.
What was in your mind. So here it is. Daniel showed humility in saying that, not just for the side of the king. He showed humility in the sight of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
Yes.
He didn't take no credit like we do. We don't take no credit for any of the stuff we say.
That's right.
We telling that all this ain't me. I'm just a man. This word coming from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
That's right.
Right? Because all the glory goes to them, not us.
That's right.
It goes to the Most High through his son. He was like, look, man, it ain't because I'm wiser than any of these people in this world. I mean, any of these people that you try to talk to, you know, basically let you know, like, listen, man, this ain't of me. This is of the Lord. But the Most High wants you to know what's going on. To let you know, so they give you some peace of mind in your mind. Hey, this is what he about to do. Because in Nebuchadnezzar's mind, he was so proud. This nigga said he was the king of the universe. That's how proud this nigga was, man. And he ain't made shit. You know? He couldn't make one hair on his head gray or black. But yet, this nigga said that shit. The Lord said, what? Read it again in the NLT.
It says, and it is not because I am wiser than anyone else that I know the secrets of your dream, but because the Most High wants you to understand what was in your heart.
Yeah, the Most High wants you to understand what was in your mind. We'll go back in the KJV.
Verse 31, it says, Thou, O king.
But did you finish the other one?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, finish
Daniel 2 and verse 30, but as for me, this secret is not revealed to me for any wisdom that I have more than any living, but for their sakes, that shall make known the interpretation to the king, and that thou mightest know the thoughts of thy heart. Thou, O king, sawest and beholdest a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible.
Yep.
This image's head was of fine gold,
Right here.
his breast and his arms are of silver, and his belly and his thighs of brass,
Yep, right here.
his legs of iron,
Yep.
his feet part of iron and part clay.
Right. And it was represented that image that he saw, it scared him. I don't think this is the image that he saw, but this is a similar depiction, right? He saw this terrible image, like, what the fuck is this, man? It was bugging him out. But the Lord told him like that. He said that the head was of gold, the upper body was of silver, the midsection unto the thighs was of brass, and then the legs were made of iron. And they represented these different kingdoms. And the feet were iron and clay. It was partly strong and partly weak, right? Got it, brother.
Verse 34, thou sawest so that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon the feet that were of iron and of clay, and break them to pieces.
And that stone is Yahushua. Yahushua represents that stone. And he's gonna break this, he's gonna break them legs and them feet into pieces. And once you lost the legs, bro, everything else falls, man. So that's what that dream represented was the kingdom of the heathens, right? And it said that who's gonna be the ending, well, it's gonna keep going as we read, but I'm just, for time's sake, I'm just letting you know that stone is Yahushua, man.
That's right.
Right? He's the one through his father is gonna break this fucking the kingdom of the heathen down, man. Go ahead, bro.
Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the shaft of the summer thresh of the summer threshing floor, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them, and the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth.
That's Yahushua. That stone, Yahushua is bringing the kingdom, right? He became a great mountain. He's going to be the governing body on this earth with the elect, starting with King David and the rest of the 12 apostles, along with the rest of the 144,000 men. And then that's the kingdom of Israel. That's what that's letting you know. So here it is. He had that dream. He's like, oh shit. But Nebuchadnezzar couldn't see this far in the future. He could only see what was in front of him at the time. Right? But it plagued him. Go ahead.
Verse 36. This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art king of kings, for the most high power of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory.
Yeah, that was Babylonian Empire.
And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls.
Read it again.
And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven, hath he given it into thine hand, and hath made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold.
Yeah, so he basically let him know that, look, man, you got the choice portion of this body of the heathen, the kingdom of the heathen. So people will look at America and you'll think, man, this place is beautiful, it's awesome, and it got a lot of splendor to it, but this shit is nothing compared to what the Babylonian Empire looked like back then. And they had portions of technology, but it just was better. Just because this stuff looked like it's cool, this shit, everything we see today, everything we doing today, we sitting on today, is actually ruining the world, man. It's bad for the earth.
Yeah, they probably had like, well, not tennis courts, but whatever they played sports in, it was like healthier to walk on and shit. You know, they say that the Babylon hanging garden.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, and I always think, I'm like, damn, that shit sounds dope, man.
You don't know what they look like.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Even the pictures that they try to draw up, that shit don't even compare to what they look like. And they in Los Angeles, they actually got the gates to Babylon, the real ones. And it's sitting, or they got the real ones in a museum, but they got a replica in Hollywood, man. And when we went to Knott's Berry Farms, remember some years ago, we were driving there was a place that was built like that. I can't find it. Yeah. The brother saw it. See, look, out of my two more witnesses, he was there because he saw it too. I saw it too. I was like, yo, man, that shit look like Babylon. You know what I'm saying? Well, we are in Babylon.
Right.
Yeah, brother, you got a picture?
Yeah, they got some images.
You can show the camera.
Is that the one?
Yeah, that's supposed to be a depiction of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
Oh, okay.
But that's not really what it looked like, but that's what they say it looked like. You can't have no shit like that here in America, man.
Oh, hell no. And
Only
they
the
say that they had a
super
lot of gold in Babylon,
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, people be sleeping in front of it.
Yeah, more than that. They be trying to, I don't know what the fuck they be doing. You can't have shit. You see
Scraping it off
Yeah,
and
you see what
shit,
San
like-
Francisco look like right now. That shit is terrible. Los Angeles, New
Bro,
York City.
In Colombia, they say that because in Colombia they cut the cocaine with brick. So there's like a section of a place that is part of the city or the state, whatever. And the fucking chronics go and fucking scrape the brick off the fucking walls to cut the cocaine, bro.
Just
To get more out of the whatever they buy.
Stretch
Yeah.
it. Yeah, try to stretch
Fucking
it.
through this place, man.
Yeah, this place gotta go, man.
It says, verse 39, and after
So
the,
with all America's pomp and bullshit, hey, this place don't even compare. This is the feet. We're in the feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This place don't even compare to that. It don't even compare to what the other kingdoms look like. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another.
And that's what made him
Third
really
kingdom.
excited. Slocky. That's what made him really excited because he heard that the other kingdom was inferior. So in his mind, I'm superior. Yeah, I'm the head of gold. He was all proud of shit, man. Go ahead.
It says, and after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass.
That kingdom was that was inferior to the Babylonian Empire. was the Medo-Persian Empire, and then the one that was made of brass was the Grecian Empire, and they hold these empires up as if it was something to be marveled at. That shit was nothing compared to this. Yep.
It says, and another kingdom of brass which shall bear rule over all the earth. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise.
Yeah, and that was the Roman Empire. Right?
And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay, and as the toes of the feet were part iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
Yeah, and that's what you got today. You got these different kingdoms today, not different kingdoms, but in this the so-called the European Union, the EU, the NATO, right? You got strong nations within there, and you got weak nations within there, right? And that's what's drawing a lot of conflict. Like when Trump was in office, he was saying that these countries are not pulling their weight. America been pulling all the weight, but these countries, they ain't doing shit with their GDP. They coming to us to get every goddamn thing, and that drew a lot of confliction and bullshit. And I always reference that video when Trump was in office. He was so proud. This nigga, he pushed the president of Montenegro to the side. Like, nigga, don't walk in front of me. You walk behind me. You know? Yeah, he did. He pushed that nigga right to the side. He got out the way too, did he? Did he not? Yeah, he did. You know? But they're all mixing and mingling together, and they're tired of helping one another. That's showing you that it says the kingdom divided. And the scripture says the kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. And that's why you got these European nations fighting with one another, man, which is really Edomite nations. We say European, but they're Edomites, man. It's the Edomite that's on top. You look at the Rothschilds, they're not all together. I mean, they're not all on the same page. There's two fractions. There's two factions of these elite families. You got the older generation and then the younger generation, and they both want two different things, and they're fighting with each other constantly. Like, look, man, we want to do it right now, and the older generation's like, no, have patience, wait, we're going to get it. And the other one's like, look, we don't need these fucking people. We can just destroy them. You know, the longer we wait, the longer it's going to take. That's in their mind. And a good movie that depicts that is that Blade movie, where I think it was the first Blade, which you had Deacon Frost. He was the younger vampire, and the older vampires, they look down on him like, oh, you're not a full vampire. You're not an original. You're an abomination, right? But what he do? He killed all them old niggas off, man. And the ones he didn't kill, he got on their side. And that's the kind of shit that they get. That's the kind of shit you got going on. And that's how these nations work, man. You know, you had Brexit happen when they left the European Union. That fucked up a lot of shit. Then you got Brexit. Then you got GMSHAWAII, which is Germany wants to leave. GMSHAWAII or whatever. Germany, or GMSHAWAII is what it's called. They want to leave too. They're like, look, Britain was the strongest out of all of us. That's the money head right there. So if they leaving, we leaving too. We try to pay for Greece. We try to looking out for Italy and Rome. We tired of this shit. They broke. They weak, and they're not trying to get out of it. They just keep tacking on more debt. You know. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 43, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay.
In the NOT it says, this mixture of iron and clay also shows that these kingdoms will try to strengthen themselves by forming alliances with each other through intermarriage. And you see that. Look at what you got, the BRICS nations. You know, those BRICS nations or BRICS countries, they've been getting embargoes and sanctions like a motherfucker from the stronger nations, man. South Africa, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and now they got other nations trying to get with them. Saudi Arabia trying to roll with them, and Saudi Arabia got rich through oil through the corporations that came out of Babylon, America, right? But they tired of them. They tired of the Western way because it's fucking them up, man. So they're like, look, man, we're gonna get with y'all, man. Fuck the dollar, because that dollar is nothing more than a fucking handcuff for these nations, man. They can't buy or trade oil in no other currency. So they're like, look, we're gonna do it amongst each other. Y'all got natural resources we want, we need. We're gonna fuck with y'all. So they're making these different alliances with each other. It says, but they will not hold together, just as iron and clay do not mix. Right. So that shit ain't gonna work. Because you're trying to get rid of the dollar, but the Super League already ready to get rid of that shit. They're bringing in the CBDC, baby, the MOTB.
That's right.
Right. So oil and all that other shit, they basically telling you that the oil industries that's going on right now, they're about to be obsolete. That's why they're pushing for the electric vehicle corporations to come in, because they're getting rid of all that shit, man. And that oil is Saudi Arabia, them Arabs, that's their bread and butter. And that's why even now they're trying to transition from an oil dependent nation, from being an oil dependent nation to something else. They're dependent on tourism, right? They're building cities in the middle of the fucking desert. You know, you got to contend with hailstorms and sandstorms. That shit is disgusting. People don't want to live in that shit. That's why people ain't going over in droves. The only people that's going over in droves is Dubai are elite businessmen and wicked people and wicked bitches. Wicked bitches of our nation getting shitted on, turned into a human toilet. You know, them dudes out there, they're not rating Dubai out there like that. So they're trying their best to shift their investments to other places that's going to benefit them in a new world order, in the new world order system. That's why Saudi Arabia talking about they're going to build some shit called the Line. Got motherfuckers living in some funky area. It already stink over there. That's a fucking prison, man. And that's people going to live and operate their entire lives in the Line, in the middle of the desert. Right? They're crying about climate change this and climate change that. Why? Because the climate for them is changing. So these people, they're not sticking together. Go ahead, brother.
God, verse 44, it says, and in the days of these kings shall the Most High power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to another people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all the kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
Yeah, and that link up with what? Daniel 7 and 18, I think it is. Get that real quick, bro.
That's the book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 18.
Yeah, Blue Letter been acting up all day. Apostle Gabar had a problem with it too.
Yeah. 7 verse 18, got it right here. It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
Right, and Nebuchadnezzar couldn't understand none of that, what he was saying. It was like all he could hear was the first part where he was the head. He was like, look, man, shit, fuck all the other shit you talking about. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, you good. All right, fuck it. Yo, like the brother said, YOLO. You only live once. But he was letting them know what was going to happen. He said the kingdom is going to be left. The kingdom is not going to be left to another people. That is going to be who that kingdom for? It's for the saints. Who are the saints? The Israelites. Starting with the elect of Israel. That's right. We're going to take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
That's right.
Right? So Daniel gave him the scoop of all of this. Even though Daniel didn't really understand it all like that back then, he understand it now. Like, oh shit, that's what Yahweh Bashar was showing me.
Yep.
That's what he showed me. This is what I talked to Nebuchadnezzar about 1,000 years ago. Because Nebuchadnezzar, he didn't live thousands of years. That motherfucker died. His kingdom was left to his grandson. Now he's back today. I don't know who the fuck he is. I could care less who he is. He a heathen. So we already know which time it's going to be for him. And the Babylonian Empire then fell. Who did they fall to? The Persian and Medo Empire. And it was a surgical strike because they were found wanting. Namely his son. Because your grandson is still your son, right? His son did that shit. And then what? They killed this bitch ass, and all the people that was balling, they were drunk when they fell. And then the people that they were ruling over were happy to have the Persian and Medo rule over them. They were tired of Babylon. Keep reading, bro.
Verse 45.
Oh, read 44 again.
Daniel 2 and verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to another people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
So right, so when Yahweh Shai come, is this kingdom that we live in, this is the last bit of the rule of the Gentiles, the natural Gentiles, the heathen, right? It's not going to be no more after this. After this, it's going to be the perpetual rulership of the Israelites through Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right? And we're going to possess the kingdoms of the earth. Heathen nations will never be sovereign again. Sovereignty is over for you.
That's right.
Okay, you're gonna perpetually be ruled over by the Israelites, man, through the law and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And if you fuck up, you break that, it's over for you. All this tennis playing and shit, this is all recreation. Y'all not gonna have this no more. All that sovereignty, you got the nation of China, the nation of India, the nation of whatever. That shit is done. Now, after 1,000 long years of captivity, yeah, you're gonna get your lands back, but you're not gonna be sovereign. Meaning that you're not gonna be able to dictate anything. You're gonna be dictated to.
That's right.
Keep reading.
Verse 45, for as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great power that hath made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure.
So he told him, like, look, nigga, this shit is going to happen. In the NLT, it says that this meaning of the rock cut from the mountain, though not by human hands, that crushed to pieces the statue of iron, bronze, clay, and silver, and gold, the great God, the power, the Most High, was showing the king that will happen in the what will happen in the future. The dream is true, and the meaning is certain. So the dream is true. What you dreamt was true, buddy. But guess what? It's for the future time, man. So don't worry your little gold head right now, nigga. He ain't telling that his kingdom was going to be ended by the Persian and Medes and these inferior kingdoms. Because even though they were inferior in knowledge, inferior in, splendor, they were going to take him down. But he ain't got to worry about that. But this is true. It's going to happen. Go ahead.
That's right. Daniel 2 and verse 46. Then the king Nebuchadnezzar fell upon his face and worshipped Daniel, and commanded that they should offer an oblation and sweet odors unto him.
Yeah, he started worshiping Daniel, and Daniel, like, nigga, I told you it's about Yahweh, about Yahweh Shai. But he said, then the king Nebuchadnezzar threw himself down before Daniel and worshipped him, and he commanded his people to offer sacrifice and burn sweet incense before him. Go ahead.
The king answered unto Daniel and said, of a truth it is that your God is a God of gods.
So he said, your God, your power is the power of powers, man. It's true because, again, Daniel wasn't in his head. Daniel ain't seen no videotape. He saw the vision. He got the same vision, but he got the understanding of that vision from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. He only gave an abridged understanding to King Nebuchadnezzar. He didn't give the true, deep understanding that we have today. Go ahead.
It says, of a true it is that your God is a God of gods and a Lord of kings, and a revealer of secrets, seeing thou couldst reveal this secret. Then the king made Daniel a great man and gave him many great gifts, and made him ruler over the whole province of Babylon, and chief of the governors over all the wise men of Babylon.
Yeah, so here it is. He gave him something that Daniel didn't even ask for. He was like, look, man, I don't want this shit. This is not of me. This wisdom, you see how the heathen couldn't even understand that? And the heathen will worship anything. So he was like, man, yo, you really gave me the dream. Because look, he didn't tell him the dream. And that was a big deal. The other wise men sitting back looking at the dream like, nigga, you fucking, we gonna plot to fuck this nigga up. You know how niggas do. You know how they do. Yeah. The heathen hate. Go ahead, brother.
It says, then Daniel requested of the king, and he said, Shadrach,
He said,
Shadrach,
and he set,
Meshach,
and he set. Read that again.
and he set Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego over the affairs of the province of Babylon, but Daniel sat in the gate of the king.
Yeah, so it says in the NLT, at Daniel's request, the king appointed Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to be in charge of all the affairs of the province of Babylon, while Daniel remained in the king's court. So here it is. Daniel was like, look, man, you see how the Lord set Jacob, man, for the win, man? He was like, look, man, we ain't finna be pushing no fucking shit around here. We ain't gonna be taking those shit. Right. Hey, man, and my homies, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, man, hey, let them do the business of the province of the kings and that shit, man. I ain't trying to do all that, man. I'll just sit here with you in your court, man. And any questions you have, you know, I'm gonna bring it to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what the Lord is doing now. Hey, so with that, we want to end it off with giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Rakak Wadash. I say double honor to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone, the teachers of the word and truth and sincerity for ruling well. And salutations to the elect, keep striving. We almost out of here. Hey, shalom.
Shalom.